Mandla! Mandla! Viva EFF, viva! Ayikule EFF KZN, ayikule! Tata EFF, tata! Woza 8 May, woza! Woza 8 May, woza! Niyawasabana! Niyawasabana! Hands go Ramaphosa, panty! Hands go Cyril, sell out Ramaphosa, panty! Mandla! Siyabonga Sekela Mongameli and our leaders who are here, the leadership of the province, the leadership of the region, and all the ground forces. We want to take this opportunity to thank you for coming out in your numbers to come and support the EFF, which is being charged for championing the interest of the people of South Africa. We know that the Freedom Charter says this land belongs to all of us, and that people will settle wherever they choose to do so. And when we say to you, occupy any beautiful land you see, it is because we are echoing the sentiments as expressed in the Freedom Charter. We are not being creative, we are continuing with the struggle of our people. This struggle was started long before we were born, and therefore to think that we are the ones who are initiating this struggle is disingenuous. Mandela, Robert Sobukwe, and many others were jailed because they were fighting for the land. For as long as the land is not returned in the hands of the rightful owners, the struggle is not over. We will rest the day you and your neighbors own the piece of land. We are not complaining every time we are brought here in Newcastle, because we are coming here to talk to our people. That's why we spend 5 minutes inside the court and spend more time outside the court with you. It is because the ANC organized this meeting. It was not organized by us. Every time that we don't have a meeting in Newcastle, the ANC feel pain. So that's why they want us to come here all the time and have a meeting here. We thank them for that. We thank them because every time we are together, we are happy. We are happy to be amongst the fearless fighters of our people who are leading the revolution from the front. Because we know that when we are not here, the people who are helping the people of Newcastle and KZN, it is you, the fighters. So when you are amongst the people who are not ashamed to be associated with the struggles of black people, then we are very proud, because we know that without the EFF, the conditions of black people here in Newcastle would have been worse. They are not better, but they would have been worse. Today, there is some element of respect from both the Indians and whites in KZN because of the EFF. Indians are no longer doing as they wish, because workers tell them, Mzobizi EFF. Even Abelungu, they now start to behave because workers say to them, if you go on like this, I'll call the EFF. So we are the weapon in the hands of African people. We are the spear. We are the AK-47 of black people in the farms, in the kitchens, in the restaurants, in the hotels. We are the weapon of the security guards. We are the weapon of the farm workers. We are the weapon of black managers and civil servants. So, even older civil servants who are 60 years and above, we are their weapon. Because the ANC wants to retrench you. If you are 60 and above, the ANC says you must take a pension and go home. And the EFF says no. So yekela lento yokuthi hayi siphuma kude nekhongolosi. Ikhongolosi ithi if you are too old, you must leave the civil service. They are retrenching old people. Ikhongolosi ithi if you are a black manager, you are too lazy, you can't think. That's why ESCOM, SAA, DINEL, they are the way they are is because of black managers. That's what the ANC says about you. That you are lazy. You can't think as a black manager. And when it comes to vote, you'll be irritating us here. The same Congolos that says you are too lazy, whites are better than you. So it's time to think now. It's time to put emotions aside. If you are working for ESCOM, the ANC is going to retrench you. If you are working for SAA, the ANC is going to retrench you. The ANC wants to sell state-owned companies to private companies. And once they sell them to private companies are going to retrench you. We are the only ones who are saying we will not sell the state-owned companies, we'll make them work better. How are we going to do that? We are going to remove the ANC deployed incompetent cadres and hire competent black people to run effective state-owned companies. We are going to remove the corruption in state-owned companies, because what fails these state-owned companies is deployment of incompetent ANC people who are channeling money into the ANC. Today, they say those power stations which were built by ESCOM, they were badly designed, and the construction as a result is very bad. That's why those power stations do not give us the required energy. But you must ask the question, who built the power station? It was an ANC company called the ANC, the Chancellor House. It's an ANC company called Chancellor House, which built Medupi and Kosile, which are failing us today. Why? The ANC deployed cadres in ESCOM, channeled the tender to the ANC, and built corrupt power stations which are not giving us the required electricity. The problem is not ESCOM. The problem is the deployed ANC cadres who are channeling money into the ANC companies. That's why we don't have electricity today. So they milk ESCOM. When the money is finished, they switch off electricity and they call it load shedding. It's not load shedding. Load shedding means load more money into our pockets. They said there were engines which were dysfunctional. They are going to bring engineers into South Africa to come and fix those engines. Now, after Tito Mboweni said he will give them more billions with electricity, but no engineers were brought, no engines were fixed. All they wanted is more money. When more money was taken to Eskom, they went to the main switch and switched on the electricity. Since the budget speech, we never had load shedding. What happened at the budget speech? Tito said, I'm giving you more money, but you are talking now. Let's switch on. 3 billion, 23 billion into the pockets of ANC people. Now they switch on. When 23 billion finishes, they switch off. And they say load shedding, more money. That's corruption we are dealing with. Elect the EFF on the 8th of May so that we can have the machine running and giving you electricity through and through non-stop. We don't have problem with independent power producers, but we cannot buy electricity with expensive money from independent power producers. They are more expensive than what Eskom is paying now. Why are they expensive? The relatives of Cyril Ramaphosa are the owners of independent power producers, and they want to milk the money from you. Because if Eskom can't afford to pay independent power producers, they are going to increase the electricity. The poor are going to suffer. We must stop that. That's what we are here to do. And we are not here to beg relationship. We hear that there are people in Eskom who are feeding themselves with the money of Eskom. We want to go and deal with that. Fighters, we need the land into the hands of black people. We will deliver the land. We are amending section 25 of the Constitution to give you the land without paying, whether we are charged or not. So bringing us to court, it will not help the AfriForum, it will not help the racist white people. We are amending the Constitution. We are amending the Constitution. But the ANC has developed a cold feet. They are now scared by a sound. So we need to remove the ANC. If we cannot remove the ANC, we need to bring the ANC below 50%. So that when they ask for a coalition with the EFF, we tell them, let's amend the Constitution first before we go into a coalition. So we must have the power to negotiate the transfer of land into the hands of our people. We are going to stay anywhere we want to stay. So when you live here with buses, you must start identifying. Because that's where we are going. Please don't make a mistake. When we pass the Constitution, you don't know where you are going to stay. I'm a poisa. You are staying in the back rooms, hired places. Umhlaba is a poisa. You must be ready. Be ready to own the land. We are fighting for you as well. Poisa uzothola umhlaba. Umhlaba uyeza poisa. Be ready. If you have a problem with my people occupying the land, don't shoot. Just pretend like you are shooting and shoot warnings and go closer to the fighters. and tell them, "Nyaithanda lento yenu bafana." We are together in this struggle. Ungadubula umuntu omnyama. Masithi sifuna umhlaba. We want the land for you as well. We want the land for the teachers as well. We want the land for the nurses as well. We want the land for prison warders as well. We want the land for those who are working in this court, because all of you combined, you are earning nothing. They pay you peanuts. And you cannot afford to buy the land where you want to stay. So please, mawushayela inyala phoyisa, bheka umhlaba. Uthi ma EFF ifika ngizohlala le, inyala ngizoyiphaka le, because the yard will be too big. Now you can't even park the nyala in your yard because you have no land. The struggles of black people in the civil service, the struggles of black people everywhere else is the same struggle. And for those who are working for government to pretend that they are better than us, they are only fooling themselves. Because they have nothing, they are swimming in a pool of debt. Some of them, they've never seen their IDs for the past 5 years, because the IDs are with my Shawnees. We are going to vote now. They are not sure if they will be voting because they are owing. My Shawnees has got the ID. So when we fight, we are fighting to liberate every black person. The ANC has abandoned you. Don't even think about IFP. IFP is going to disappear. The IFP president said he's going on retirement. He said he's no longer going to stand for president of the IFP. So usho ukuthi nayo i-IFP izoya pension ihamba naye. So uzojoin i-IFP. IFP is dead, man. It's no longer part of the discussion. In South Africa they talk ANC, EFF, DA. When you are busy saying IFP, you are lost. Come back, be part of the mainstream politics in South Africa. So, on the 8th of May, when you vote, you remember that I do not earn a salary that gives me an opportunity to buy a property where I want to stay. Because property brings dignity. Without property, you are nothing. Even yourself, when you walk, you can feel it that I've got nothing. But the day you own a piece of land, no one will look down at you. They will all respect you. Why? They know black people own property. Fighters, we want free education. And we're not negotiating about that. We don't want this thing of ANC, of amper free education. We want full free education. Whether you are rich or you are poor, whether you are white or black or Indian or colored, everyone else must go in, including the children of the rich. Where will we get the money from the rich? We are going to tax them more. Corporate tax must go high so that we pay your fees. Inheritance tax must go high so that we pay your fees. So don't say how can the rich go for free? Their parents are going to pay for their children and you. Whether they like it or not, they will pay for both of you. So free education is possible. It can be done. We don't want this thing of registration fee. Once you qualify through your results, is done. We only require results. No registration fee, no nothing. You walk in with your matric certificate, you get your room, you get your study material, the library is equipped, the computer lab is equipped, the science lab is equipped, the university is big, you've got enough space for learning and teaching. The teachers, the lecturers are paid properly so that they are not demoralized. The lecture halls must have the necessary equipment which will make teaching and learning conducive. You cannot have a huge lecture hall with so many children in it without air conditioning, without a projector, without the necessary tools to make learning and teaching enjoyable. School is not supposed to be a nightmare. School must sound like Monati Mpolai. That's how school must sound. You must look forward to go to a lecture room the same way you look forward to go into a festival. School must be enjoyable. It's going to be enjoyable under the EFF, including making accommodation available. And the poor will receive food and proper healthy food, because you cannot learn with an empty stomach. They killed our Keida there, Madonzen, thinking they will kill the spirit of the youth who are demanding free education. They will not succeed. We are going to fight for free education until it's attained. That education will only be delivered by the EFF in government. These clowns will never deliver it. They are taking chances, all of them. They don't know what to do. Last year, you qualified for NSFAS when your mother was still alive and unemployed. This year, your mother passed away worse than what you were last year. They say you do not qualify. This South African system, which is not linked to each other, is a big problem. You've got people who are receiving social grants, yet when they go to school, they say to them, no, you can't qualify for NSFAS. Go and do affidavit. Affidavit for what? Because once I qualify for SASA, social grant, automatically where the poor are receiving, I must receive. You can only receive if the system is linked. SASA must be linked with NSFAS. NSFAS must be linked with the municipalities and RDP houses, all of that. They can't say, no, we still want to check if you qualify for RDP house, yet you qualify for SASA. We are led by fools who don't know what to do with this government. The EFF government will link all the systems. Once we punch your ID, it will give us your record. All hospitals, they are owned by government. Yet, when you move from a Newcastle hospital to eThekwini hospital, they still want you to open a new file. You must be telling some long history. Do you have a history of epilepsy at home? Do you have a history? I told those people in Newcastle this information. You are one system, you are one government, you should be knowing this. Only an intelligent government with 2 doctors of PhD on a track here can do that. So the ANC leaders, not on a track, in FNB, on a big stage, You won't find 2 doctors. You're going to find 2, 3 fraudsters already found guilty by the court of law. Not here. Here there is no one with a guilty verdict by the court of law. Here you've got graduates. Here you've got ground forces. Here you've got leaders of the struggles of black people who are not ashamed to fight for black people. So think about that when you vote on the 8th of May. We want the salaries increased. When we say domestic workers must be paid 4,500, the teachers come to me and say, Julius, you say we must pay our domestic workers 4,500. Where are we going to get the money? I explained to them that once we increase the lower salaries, all salaries go up. It's automatic. I thought teachers will know that. That the lowest who are paid, once they get an increase, police captain, you are sorted. Your increase is coming. That's how it works. So, comrades, we want the security guards, these people who are guarding the gates. Some of them look down at them. Some of you think they are not educated. These people have been to school, many of them. They are security guards, not because they chose to be security guards. There are no jobs in South Africa. Some of them have got IT. They've been to school. That's why they must be paid properly. No security guard should earn less than 7,500. Why? If you pay them properly in this court, no case or docket will disappear. No computer will disappear. Because they will know that they are working hard and they are being rewarded. A police officer who catches a hardcore criminal, a murderer of note, a person who all of you are scared of, once that police officer brings the bastard to police station, there must be a bonus for that. Once an investigating officer investigates a case and a suspect is found guilty and sent to prison for a very long time, there must be a bonus for proper investigation. Some of the police mess up the investigation because they were given something. Let's give them bonuses so that when they are offered something on the side, they will know, I don't have to take this because mine is waiting for me. Once the bastard goes to jail, I go with my bonus. Let's pay our people properly. Crime will never be defeated by hiring more police and giving them more firepower. Crime will be defeated if we change the economy of South Africa and make the lives of all of you much better. There won't be people who commit crime. On the 8th of May, remember the party that fights for black people. They say unity. Unity means don't challenge white people so that they can continue to be privileged and you continue to work for them. I don't want black people, especially you the young ones, to work for white people. I want you to work for yourself, and where possible, white people must work for you. That will be a true freedom. You must have a domestic worker of a white person. You must teach them how to carry a baby at the back. And you must tell them, don't put nappies on my child, pampers on my child. I'm potty training this child. Put underwear so that they can wee-wee at the back of a white person. They must feel what our parents have been feeling. They can only work for you when you've got the land, when you have gone to school and you've got power in your hands. It's possible for whites to work for you. Listen to me. I say white people must work for you. I don't say white people must go. How can they work for you when they are gone? They must stay here and work for you. They are not going anywhere. There is no ship which is going to take any white person. I long for a day where a white man will be driving a tractor in your farm. Oh, we will be enjoying our land. We are going to work with them, and those whites who have not gone to school, like staying Asian in parliament, they will not be in parliament. They will be on top of tractors working for you. I long for a day where staying Asian will be driving a tractor in Buiseni's farm. Because that's what they are doing to us. When you don't have matric, or you only have matric, you are going to be a shopkeeper. But when you are white without matric, you are a chief whip in parliament. Talk of white privilege. It will come to an end under the EFF. Because these things are turning now. We will take this land and make it more nicer and enjoyable for black people and all those who want to stay here. You are white, you want to be senior, produce qualification and experience. The same thing you ask from black people. Your whiteness is no longer going to open gates for you. And we must not pretend about that. We are not calling for white people to be killed. We are calling for white people to be our domestic workers. It's not a crime that. If it's a crime, they too must be arrested for having black domestic workers. We shall be the owners of the means of production in South Africa. And don't be ashamed about that. You must be liberated. Only those who are oppressed, only the slaves think that when we own the land, white people will go. Those who want to go because they are threatened by black ownership, they must go. We will stay here with whites who are democratic, who appreciate that the majority of people in South Africa must own the majority of the land, the mines, the banks, and all strategic means in the economy. That's what we are fighting for. We are not fighting for anything. We are fighting to liberate the mind of a black child. Because when you, black child, is liberated, you will no longer hero worship everything white like the ANC does. Yabasaba balungu ANC too much. Once you speak about white people, the security guards of white people called the ANC will come for you. That's why they came for us and arrested us and charged us in this court. There is no crime we've committed. We said we are going to occupy the land. Now you are threatening the ownership of white people. The ANC will kill you. Ufunu wenzani? Wena ufunu uthinte balungu. Ubani wena Julius? Zawopha mfana. That's what they are doing. Because they are scared of white people. Why? They are too old. Old people are scared of white people. White people traumatize them so much. They've beaten them, they've harassed them, they've enslaved them. I don't understand why you are young and scared of white people. They've never beaten you. They are equal to you. You have been to school. You were born after 1994. Don't be scared of white people. Confront white people. Defeat white people. These old ones, they think of prison. They are scared to go back to prison. You have never been to prison. Yet you are scared of stories of prison. Let's go to prison. If it means prison, let it be. We're not going to be scared of prison fighting for what belongs to us. We're not going to be scared of death fighting for what belongs to us. This is our land. Shaka Zulu's land. Not Van Veek and Van Tonder's land. This land belongs to Sekukuni. This land belongs to our traditional leaders who fought with these bastards. And they thought they defeated our forefathers, and they will defeat us now. Let them come. We are ready for them. We are dead as we speak now, because there's nothing to live for. Why be scared of death? You go to a toilet in a pit toilet. You don't have a house. You don't have water. You don't have electricity. You stay in a shack. When it rains, your shack is raining. Yet you are scared to die. You are dead now. What is life in a shack? What is life without water? Because water is life. What is life without electricity? What is life without education? What is life without dignity? Because only those who are dead do not have dignity. Yet you are alive without a dignity. Why are you alive? You are equal as dead. Don't be scared, black child. You are dead already. Why be scared of death? Because this thing that you live now is not life. Why be scared? I never thought in my life I will be 38 years old. I thought this bastard would have killed me by now. This thing of mine is a bonus. That's why I don't care about these things. We are dead until our dignity is restored. What type of a human being are you without dignity? Women being raped, children being raped, old women being raped by their own children. What is life about that? What is life about dying of killer diseases like HIV and AIDS? Not because there are no ARVs. The ARVs are there. There is no proper food to eat the ARVs with. What is life about that? What is life about people dying of cancer because there are no machines in KZN hospitals? What is life about not having a proper health care, a completely collapsed public health care? When you go to a hospital, is equal as going to a mortuary. What is life about that? What is life about learning under a tree, learning in a mud school? Our children are equal as dead. Don't be scared. You only have one option. And that option is to break the chains of poverty. And you can't confront these chains without being brave and being prepared for anything. So when we live here, go and remind black people that you are dead. We want to resurrect you. You are equal as dead. There's no life in Newcastle. There's no life anywhere else where you find black people. Who will bring life to them? What is life about a job? Even in your own home, when you don't have a job, they don't listen to you. When there is a funeral and they are discussing the date, you are not even allowed to suggest a date because I'll say it. But now, wait, man. You don't have money. I'll say this. You can't even get married and have children and enjoy your proper family. I'll say this. What is life about that? Let's go and find the jobs. Where are the jobs? The jobs are on our land. Once we find our land, we'll find jobs and the dignity of black people. We are fighting for the respect of black people. Whether you are staying in a middle class place or as long as you are black, they will never respect you because of other poverty-stricken black people. We are all the same. So when you leave on the 8th of May, you must take the people to a voting station and tell them you must vote for life because black people are dead. That's why they shoot you like that. They just come into a university, you are marching for free education, they shoot and kill you because in you there is no life. They are not taking a life because that life is long gone. They've got no respect for you. They will never shoot white kids. Remember, during Feast Must Fall in Stellenbosch, our own fighters told white children to go and do the human chain in front of the march. And marching into the VC's office, the police wouldn't shoot because there were white kids in front. Because in white child, there is life. In a black child, there is no life. They just shoot it like that and get rid of you. Tell our people about that so many children died in the hands of this government. Tell them Marikana people died in the hands of these people. Not only these people, in the hands of the president of the ANC. Because in him, he doesn't see life in the eyes of black people. You must never be scared of them. Look at them and tell them right into their face, shoot and kill, for because I'm dead already. There's nothing left for me. Shoot and kill, there's nothing left for me. I've got myself to fight for the generations to come. If I die, someone else will pick up this spear and continue the fight. We will continue the fight. If we die, the generation after us will continue the fight until the dignity of black people it is restored. Let's not be scared. Don't be scared, black child. And when you cry, you don't cry because you are scared. When you cry, you don't cry because you are scared that these people are going to kill you. You cry because you know that that which I was waiting for today has met me. The enemy is here. And I will confront the enemy. I will not retreat. Especially if the enemy is represented by a white man. You must never negotiate with whiteness. You must ask Marshall. We don't negotiate with whiteness. Even in parliament there, we don't negotiate with whiteness. Never negotiate with whiteness. Don't be scared, black child. Let the tears on your face demonstrate your resilience and commitment to fight on until the last black person receives liberation. In the continent, in the diaspora, everywhere else black people are found. We are fighting for them here in South Africa so that we can install and restore confidence in them. Don't think about South Africa alone. We are fighting for black people everywhere. Because everywhere where black people are found, they are treated like dogs and lifeless bodies. That's why they can drag it on a tar road. That's why they can tie a black person behind a buggy and drag that person throughout the farm, because in them a black body is a lifeless body. I'm dead already. Why be scared? There's no life in me. I'm fighting for my life. I want my life to be restored. You have taken my soul. I'm soulless. I no longer have emotions. I do not care. I will fight for my land. We ought to fight for our land. We must fight for ourselves. No one is going to fight for us. We only have ourselves. No one, including all of them who say black people's lives matters, they do it for social media. They are not with us. We are alone. Remember that on the 8th of May. The power is in your hands. No war, no blood, no nothing. You enter a voting booth and do it alone. And bring life into a lifeless body of a black person. If you didn't hear anything today, just know that the bodies of black people do not have life. We must put life in these bodies of black people. I'm told tomorrow is the last day of registration. Those of you ground forces enter houses between tonight and tomorrow. Take all of them who have not registered to go and register. Why? We are registering to bring life into a lifeless body of black people. Amanda! Amanda! Aikule EFF, Aikule! Tata EFF, Tata! Tata EFF, Tata! Forward to victory 8 May, forward! Forward to victory 8 May, forward! How no maguvi Siaya Siaya no maguvi Siaya Siaya no mabese tubola Besishaya Besibopa no mabese tubola Besishaya Besibopa Gubi Gubi oh Siaya Siaya no magubi Siaya Siaya no mabese tubola Besishaya Besibopa no mabese tubola Besishaya Besibopa. Who left? Who right? Yamasa. Who left? Kita. Kilame. Kirwatawata. Samarumo. Samarumo. Asicha. Where were you when I'm shit? Where were you when I'm good? So fast, Kichi. The boy. So fast, Kichi. The 30. Kichi, Kichi, Kichima, Kichi, Kichi, Kijima, Sibram Konto, Alaye, Sibram Konto, Alaye, shoot to kill, Kilawa, shoot to kill, Yamaza, kiss the poor, the farmer, kiss the poor, the farmer, brr, pa, pa, brr, pa, pa, attention.
Thank you very much, President. Siyabonga bantu bakithi ukuthi nizile lana nizokweseka umongameli. Sibonge ubuholi bethu bukazwebo lonke ukuthi kufikile lana buzokweseka umongameli. Upresident wethu lo uma ezovela enkantolo kuyofanele simsupport njalo. Ubonile kunjalo ngithi niyabesaba na. Nakuke isimemezelo nje esincane before sithi khululekani. Nizwila ngithi upresident uthe kuyagcina kusasa ukubhalisa. Ake ngibona abanama ID. Uma une ID ingekho kumashonisa izandla phezulu. Ama ID. Okay. Ama ID ngibona abanama ID emuva. Okay, sonke sinama ID, right? Sasa uvele unmawulala namhlanje uqale before ulale. Fanele sonke siyoshaya door to door sikhumbuza abantu ukuthi isuku lokugcina kusasa, right? Bese uthatha iID yakho ulale phezukwayo angayintshontshe lamasele ANC. Ulale phezulu kweID yakho uvuke ekseni ushone kwi-nearest IEC ubhalise ya ningahambi nje upresident uzofika la azoniqhawula. Niphathe kahle ke ningaphushi. Nase sinye isimemezelo sesibili. thatha ama-ID sambe kusasa siyobhalisa. Okwesibili nikuyiwa kwamasipala ey'khungweni zika-IEC kwa-IEC ema-office nakwamasipala. Ama-students kusasa still kune-arrangement yokuthi u-IEC anilekelele. Masuka la ngo-1 siya le emadadeni, right, eTVET ngo-1 siyoshaya i-final push. Itruck izosuka la i-MTC, yes, siyoshaya i-final push nama-students ngoba niyavota kusasa, kodwa niqale ngokubhalisela ukuvota, then kube-ke kuwukuthi-ke nizovota. Are we clear there? Siyacaca. Upresident uzonibingelela bese yakhululeka i-truck iqoqe, amabhasi enu akhona, ningaphushani, landele i-transport siyohlangana emadadeni. Umongameli uyeza lapha. Afake ingoma DJ. Together with the